Have you ever considered that something as seemingly innocent and nutritious as an egg, a breakfast staple for so many of us, could actually be quietly working against your health, especially once you've crossed that wonderful threshold of 60? It's a thought that might surprise you, even shock you, because for years, we've been told eggs are a perfect food, a complete protein, a nutritional powerhouse, and in many ways, they are. But for us, for those of us living life richly past 60, daily egg consumption might not be the golden ticket to health we once believed. Many folks wake up, fry up a couple of eggs, day after day, believing they're doing their heart and their body a favor, only to find themselves grappling with creeping cholesterol numbers, unexplained aches, or a general feeling of sluggishness that they can't quite pinpoint. It's a painful reality to think that a simple habit could be contributing to these issues, isn't it? The secret here isn't that eggs are bad, but that the daily and unexamined consumption of them, particularly as we age, might be masking some important truths about our changing bodies and needs. In this video, we're going to gently peel back the layers of this fascinating topic, exploring why your daily egg habit might need a closer look, what specific aspects of eggs become more critical as we age, and how you can still enjoy them safely. If that's your choice, we'll uncover some surprising insights that challenge what we thought we knew. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you and help you make more informed choices for your vibrant health. Now, let's dive into the first big piece of this puzzle. And it's one that has been debated for decades: the relationship between eggs, cholesterol, and heart health for a long time. Eggs were villainized because of their high cholesterol content. One large egg yolk contains about 185 milligrams of dietary cholesterol. And for years, we were advised to limit our intake to avoid raising our blood cholesterol levels and increasing our risk of heart disease. Then, scientific understanding evolved, and many health organizations began to relax their warnings, stating that dietary cholesterol doesn't impact blood cholesterol as much as saturated and trans fats do. This was great news for egg lovers, and many of us happily welcomed eggs back into our daily routines, thinking the danger was entirely gone. However, for those of us over 60, the picture isn't quite as straightforward, and it's crucial to understand why, as we age, our bodies often become more sensitive to dietary cholesterol, especially if we already have underlying health conditions like diabetes, pre-existing heart disease, or a genetic predisposition to high cholesterol. Our metabolic systems might not process cholesterol as efficiently as they once did. So, while a younger, healthy individual might be able to consume eggs daily without significant impact on their blood cholesterol, an older adult, particularly one managing these conditions, might find their LDL, or bad cholesterol, levels creeping up. It's not a universal rule, and individual responses vary widely, but it's a vital consideration that often gets overlooked in the broader, generalized health advice. For example, imagine Sarah, who at 65 had been enjoying 2 fried eggs every morning, a habit she'd maintained for years. She considered herself healthy, walked regularly, and ate plenty of vegetables. Yet, at her annual checkup, her doctor noted a worrying increase in her LDL cholesterol, despite no other major dietary changes. After reviewing her diet, they realized her consistent daily egg intake, while seemingly harmless, was a significant factor for her body. Beyond just the cholesterol itself, there's another emerging area of research that warrants our attention, and that's the role of a compound called trimethylamine N-oxide, or TMAO. TMAO is produced in our gut when certain bacteria break down nutrients like choline and L-carnitine, which are abundant in egg yolks and red meat. While TMAO itself isn't inherently bad, elevated levels of it in the blood have been linked to an increased risk of heart disease events like heart attacks and strokes, by promoting plaque buildup in the arteries. Now, the science here is still evolving, And it's a complex interaction involving our unique gut microbiome. Not everyone will produce high levels of TMAO from choline, and factors like our overall diet and gut health play a massive role. But for someone over 60, who might already have some degree of arterial stiffness or inflammation, consistently providing the gut bacteria with a daily dose of choline from eggs could, for some individuals, potentially contribute to an unfavorable environment. It's not a direct cause and effect for everyone, but it's a piece of the puzzle that suggests moderation and listening to our own bodies becomes even more paramount as we age. So, while eggs are undeniably packed with beneficial nutrients like protein, vitamins D and B12 and selenium, the conversation around daily consumption after 60 requires a nuanced approach. It's about understanding your personal health landscape. If you have a family history of heart disease, if you're already managing high cholesterol or diabetes, or if you've noticed your cholesterol levels have been creeping up despite other healthy habits, then perhaps reducing your daily egg intake, or at least talking to your doctor about it, might be a sensible step. This isn't about fear-mongering. It's about empowering you with the latest understanding to make choices that truly support your longevity and quality of life. The general advice that eggs are fine for most healthy people doesn't always translate perfectly to the specific needs and vulnerabilities of a body that has seen 60 or more wonderful years. It's about being proactive and tuning into the subtle signals your body might be sending. But the story doesn't end with cholesterol and heart health. There are other aspects of daily egg consumption that can become more relevant and potentially problematic as we journey through our 60s and beyond. One often overlooked area is the potential for inflammation. Now, inflammation in itself isn't always bad. It's our body's natural response to injury or infection. But chronic, low-grade inflammation, the kind that simmers quietly in the background, is a major contributor to many age-related diseases. From arthritis and cognitive decline to certain cancers. Some research suggests that for a subset of individuals, particularly those with existing sensitivities or certain genetic predispositions, the compounds found in egg yolks, such as arachidonic acid, can potentially contribute to pro-inflammatory pathways. Again, this isn't a universal truth for everyone, and eggs also contain anti-inflammatory nutrients. However, if you're someone who struggles with persistent aches, joint stiffness, or other inflammatory conditions that just don't seem to go away, and you consume eggs daily, it might be worth exploring whether they are playing a role. It's about observing your own body's unique response. For instance, consider someone like Margaret, who at 72 suffered from nagging knee pain and occasional digestive upset. She had always eaten 2 eggs for breakfast, a habit she learned from her mother. After trying various remedies, her nutritionist suggested temporarily reducing her egg intake to just a couple of times a week. To her surprise, after a few weeks, her knee pain felt less intense, and her digestion seemed smoother. It wasn't a miracle cure, but it highlighted how individual dietary components can subtly influence our inflammatory load. Another point to consider is digestive comfort and nutrient balance. As we age, our digestive systems can become a little more sensitive. Enzymes might not be produced in the same abundance, and gut motility can slow down. Eggs, being a concentrated source of protein and fat, can sometimes be a bit heavy on the digestive system for daily consumption, especially if they're fried or prepared with a lot of fat. Some individuals might experience bloating, gas, or even constipation or diarrhea if their digestive system is struggling to process them day in and day out. It's not a common issue for everyone, but if you notice any persistent digestive discomfort after your morning eggs, it's a signal worth paying attention to. Our bodies are constantly trying to communicate with us, and those little nudges of discomfort are important messages. Furthermore, relying too heavily on any single food, even a nutritious one like eggs, can inadvertently lead to what we call nutrient opportunity cost, if eggs are your go-to daily protein source. Taking up a significant portion of your breakfast, Are you potentially missing out on other vital nutrients from a wider variety of foods? Think about it. A breakfast centered around eggs might mean less room for fiber-rich whole grains, diverse fruits, or other plant-based proteins that offer a different spectrum of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. For example, if you eat 2 eggs daily, that's about 14 eggs a week. While this provides excellent protein, are you also regularly incorporating sources like oatmeal with berries and nuts, Greek yogurt with fruit, or a smoothie packed with spinach and plant protein? Diversifying your protein sources is particularly crucial after 60, not just for nutrient variety, but also to ensure you're getting a full range of amino acids and other beneficial compounds that contribute to muscle maintenance, energy, and overall vitality. The key takeaway here is not to vilify eggs, but rather to encourage a mindful and varied approach to your diet, especially as your body changes with age. What was perfectly fine and even highly beneficial in your younger years might warrant a second look now. Our bodies evolve, our metabolic processes shift, and our sensitivities can change. It's about embracing a proactive mindset, observing how your body responds to different foods, and making adjustments that truly support your unique health journey. The goal is always to empower you with knowledge, not to restrict, but to open up possibilities for feeling even better, more vibrant, and more energetic. So, after considering all this, what does it truly mean for your relationship with those beloved eggs? It means understanding that while eggs are incredibly nutritious, packed with high-quality protein, essential vitamins, and minerals that are beneficial at any age, their daily, unexamined consumption after 60 might not be the best strategy for everyone. We've talked about how the impact on cholesterol can be more pronounced for older adults, especially those with pre-existing conditions. Due to changes in metabolic efficiency, we've explored the emerging science around TMAO and its potential link to heart health, and how individual gut microbiomes play a role. We've also delved into the subtle yet significant potential for increased inflammation in some individuals, and the importance of listening to your body for digestive comfort. Finally, we touched upon the concept of nutrient opportunity cost, reminding us that a diverse diet is key to getting all the essential building blocks for healthy aging. The truth isn't that eggs are inherently dangerous. It's that mindful moderation and personalized nutrition become absolutely paramount as we age. For many, simply reducing the frequency of egg consumption to, say, 3 or 4 times a week instead of every single day can make a significant difference. You might consider having egg whites more often, as they contain virtually no cholesterol or fat, while still providing excellent protein. When you do enjoy a whole egg, think about how you pair it. Instead of just eggs and bacon, try loading your plate with plenty of colorful vegetables alongside your eggs, or serving them with a side of whole grain toast to boost fiber and add different nutrients. Most importantly, this conversation should encourage you to listen closely to your own body and to engage in an open dialogue with your healthcare provider. If you have concerns about your cholesterol, your heart health, or any persistent symptoms, a simple conversation with your doctor can provide clarity and guidance tailored specifically to your needs. They might suggest a blood test to check your cholesterol levels, or advise on dietary adjustments based on your personal health history. Remember, what works perfectly for one person might not be ideal for another, and that's perfectly normal. Our bodies are unique, complex, and wonderfully adaptable. This isn't about fear or deprivation. It's about empowerment. It's about giving you the knowledge to make informed choices that truly support your well-being. Small, thoughtful adjustments to your diet can lead to big improvements in how you feel, how much energy you have, and how vibrantly you experience life. You have the power to fine-tune your nutrition to match your changing needs and optimize your health for many wonderful years to come. Don't underestimate the profound impact of these small, informed decisions. We truly hope this conversation has offered you some valuable insights and given you a fresh perspective on a familiar food. We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Have you noticed any changes in how eggs affect you as you've gotten older? What are your favorite ways to enjoy them? Or what healthy alternatives have you discovered? Please share your comments below. Your wisdom and experiences can help others in our community. If you found this video helpful and enlightening, please give it a thumbs up. And consider subscribing to our channel. We're always here to bring you more honest, practical, and empowering information to help you live your best life at every age. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery. Live your best life at every age.